Good evening, friends. I welcome all the investors in this session with a very unique and different company, Annapurna Swadisht. So this is in continuation with our endeavor of investor education program, which is run by Corporate Capital Ventures as a merchant banking entity. So we try to discuss, talk with the management of a company which is listed and going to be listed. And in that series, today we are meeting the promoters and the management team of Annapurna Swadisht Limited. Annapurna Swadisht is a Kolkata-based company whose IPO is coming out on NSE Emerge platform in mid of September. The company is engaged into packaged food, and to discuss about the business, we welcome Mr. Ritesh Shaw, who is the promoter of this company. Mr. Ritesh Shaw, you are welcome here, and thank you very much for giving us your valuable time to discuss.
Hi, Kulbhushan. Very good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me here.
We also have the managing director of Annapurna Swadisht Limited, Mr. Sriram Bagla, here with us. Mr. Bagla, welcome to the discussion.
Everybody.
We also have CFO of the company, Mr. Ravi Sharda, here to discuss about the financials of the company. Mr. Ravi Sharda, thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, everyone.
We also have Mr. Rahul Sureka, who is the CEO of company. Mr. Rahul, thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening, everyone.
So for all my investors who are interested in the IPO of Annapurna Limited, which has already gained so much of investors' interest so far, this discussion is meant for you. So for your interest, for your clarity, this discussion is happening. Please do not take any of the statement given here as an investment advice. We do not want to advise you to subscribe to the IPO. This is just for education purpose. Corporate Capital Venture is a registered, SEBI-registered merchant banking entity. We are not investment advisor. And this discussion is just meant for your education. With this, we'll start this discussion. Mr. Ritesh Shaw, you have founded this company, and by profession, you are a chartered accountant. So how this journey of being a chartered accountant to an entrepreneur happened? Please let us know how this journey started.
Kulbhushan, it was basically, started by Sriram. So he was the one who identified this opportunity way back in 2016, and he got us to invest in this company when he was manufacturing pellets for the snacks manufacturers in Eastern India. So it was pretty much intermediary product supplier to snacks manufacturing companies. And in 2020, we basically started looking at this opportunity from a different perspective. We thought that, there was a way, a lot more growth opportunity for us to explore here if we were to go with forward integration, since we were already making the pellets. So we thought, why not, go into a full scale packaged line. At that point of time, there were a couple of things we had decided, that we focus on the quality aspect, because that was one of the things that was missing with most of the local manufacturers. And we wanted to be very, very clear about the taste of the product. So we differentiated ourselves on two aspects, on the taste front and on the quality front. So it started off on a very stable, slow note. And we also faced some resistance from the distribution network because we were selling at a slightly higher price than the local distributors. But over a period of 6 months, what we noticed was that the customers were liking our product, and we started getting more traction. We were getting more inquiries. At that point of time, like you said, I'm from an investment banking chartered accountant background. So my experience was mostly with companies at various levels of of evolution. So starting from a startup company to a growth company to a mature company. So I have worked with all of these companies, basically helping them make their processes more efficient, implement technology, changing and processes, So basically, my role for these companies were to make them more efficient and make them more effective in whatever they were already doing. So all of that expertise and knowledge came into play as Shriram and his team were growing the business at a very rapid scale. We also needed to put an infrastructure together, to capture all this growth and make sure that the company as a whole was able to take the stress of this fast, rapid growth that was happening. And it's been a pretty interesting journey. I mean, starting 2020 June, when we sold about 30 lakhs odd, snacks product, to 1 year from that point of time, June 2022, we did about 11 crores in that particular month. So it's been a good growth. It's been, and we, as we have grown, we've also seen that the opportunity in the market is even bigger than what we had probably envisaged at the beginning of the period. So it's basically, as we are going higher, we are seeing more opportunities in the market. We're seeing more growth potential, and this IPO is a step towards that. We want to take advantage of the positioning that we have in the market, and basically take things forward, grow as far as we can. So that's pretty much, how things have happened.
So you started with pellets. Just for the clarity of our audience here, pellets are the uncooked fryams, right? If I'm correct,
Yeah.
Mr. Wagner? So
yeah, right. Uncooked fryams.
Uncooked frames are pellets. So you started with pellets, and now what are the product range you have, Mr. Bagla?
We have added corn-based products, which are basically corn rings, corn puff. Then we have added kurkure. Then we have added candies. And now we have added namkeens. We have added potato chips. So these are continuous process. Day by day, we are adding one or the other product.
So right now, how many SKUs we have for our customers?
Currently, we have approximately 35 SKUs, which we plan to scale up to approximately 55-60 SKUs in next month time.
35 SKUs to 60.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And
because we are coming out with namkeens and everything, so that would add to number of SKUs.
And Mr. Ravi, can you give us some light on the price range and the geographical presence you have for your products?
Yeah, the price range ranges from ₹1 to ₹5.
Okay.
And we recently launched a ₹10 packet also, but majorly is ₹1 to ₹5 price ranges. The candies are at ₹1, and the frames are being sold at ₹5 a packet.
Where exactly the company has geographical presence?
We are majorly present in West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha, Assam. West Bengal, we have almost covered 100%. Jharkhand is around 90%. Bihar would be around 40-50%. And Odisha and Guwahati, we have recently added. And Assam looks to be a very big market to us. So we should do good in coming quarters.
Right. So you are primarily a tier 3, tier 4 cities company, and you are selling your products in the range of 1 to 5. So you are truly a Bharat story.
You can say so.
Right.
We're hitting the right places.
What is the company's financial performance of the last year, and what is the current run rate, Mr. Rahul?
Currently, the company has delivered a very strong all-round performance last year, which was considerably challenging also due to multiple pandemic waves. Revenue from operations have increased from 20.29 crores in financial year 21 to 61.05 crores in 22. It was more than 3 times we clocked last year vis-a-vis previous year. The jump was existing region and increased product basket. EBITDA margins have also improved from 7.27% in financial year 21 to 8.41% in financial year 22. And we have also increased our PAT margins also from 2.52% in financial year 21 to 3.95% in financial year 22. We have also increased the shareholders' capital have also increased to 7.55 crores in financial year 22 whereas the debt has reduced. Our long-term debt has reduced. So overall, the financial stability is there in the company. And if we talk about the current year, the company has achieved a turnover of 28.93 crore in the first quarter of financial year 23.
Where exactly is the production and manufacturing facility, and what are your production facilities expansion plan, Mr. Wagla?
Currently, we are operating at two places. One is in Asansol and another one is Siliguri. Siliguri, we have already started expanding. And our post IPO activity, we have already identified two places where we are setting up new plants. One is in Dhulagad and another one is in Guda. So that's a big expansion for us. So if there's two facilities, if we can start it by month of December, we would be able to achieve much more, which we can.
So if you can give us some more details about the Asansol plant, Ritesh ji, how much is the space, how many production lines are there? So if you can just give us some more detail about the Asansol and Siliguri plant.
Yeah, so Asansol basically has 55,000 square feet covered space that we have over there, and it's on 3 acres of land. So that's required for logistics and everything. In Asansol, we have a frying capacity of 500 kgs an hour, so which basically amounts to 15 metric ton a day of fried material that we get, and we have 30 packing machines over there. So basically churning out 14 lakh packets a day. So that is the capacity. And
14 lakh packet a day.
14 lakh packets, so that's 1.4 million packets a day. That's the installed capacity, and we are doing 1 million packets a day from Asansol. And in Siliguri, we have another production line. So that is frying capacity is about 7.5 metric ton per day with 70 packing machines. That amounts to again about 1 million packets a day. So from Siliguri, we're doing 500,000 packets a day right now. So at the current pace, we are selling 1.5 million packets a day from both the plants combined.
So
in addition to that, in Siliguri, we have a corn line and we have a kurkure line. So that's in addition to, and there are two contract manufacturing facilities that we have. One is for cupcake, the other is for potato chips.
So what I have understood is you have 20 lakh packets a day capacity, and you are selling approximately 15 lakh packet a day. That means you are operating at 75% of your capacity.
Yes.
And the rest of the capacity is involved in cones and rings and other items.
Right.
Correct.
So this capacity we're calculating on a 3-shift basis, but currently we are working at 2 shifts, which is the ideal working condition for us. So if we are stressed for more orders, like if we keep on expanding the geographies, then we'll have to go to the 3rd shift, which we have consciously avoided because we need to rest the machines at times and they need time for repair, maintenance, cleaning and other things. So as a decision, we have not wanted to work 3 shifts, but mostly it is about, we are at 100% capacity utilization on 2-shift basis.
How this order in hand plays a role in your business? Like how the supply chain happens in your business?
Basically, we have a network of salespeople in the market who are responsible for collecting the orders, and the orders are passed on to the dispatch team at the factory. So basically, the distributors are mapped to the separate locations. So the distributors closer to Siliguri would get delivery from Siliguri, and those from Asansol would get from Asansol. We try and keep a 300-kilometer radius, for mapping purposes. And based on those orders, production planning is done. So we have a 3-day order book based on which we do the production planning, and dispatches are made once we have the material ready for the distributors. So it's basically a mixed bag of, potato chips, candy, cake, fryams. So it's a complicated process, but we have managed to work that out for us.
So you sell your products on credit to your distributors, or how it happens?
There are actually no such credits per se, but it's mostly like cash on delivery or on advance. But there are some distributors who do get credit because of the volume that they handle. It's not practically possible for us to get regular payments or an advance. So there are a few distributors who are given extended credit, but that is very tightly monitored. So our average credit period would be about 15 days, and that is 7 days of cash in transit in that.
What are the capacity expansion plans, Paglaji? What are you trying to achieve through this IPO?
Right now, we are processing around 25 metric tons approximately in both the places, which we would scale up to, as of now, we would scale up to 60 metric tons a day. So we are planning everything accordingly so that by setting up all these facilities, we first reach that target. Once we reach that target, then we are open to further expansion or whatever is required to do.
So you are adding up to another manufacturing facility, one at Gurap and one at Dulagarh.
We are adding two manufacturing facility.
Right. So those are pure greenfield expansions, right?
Yeah, those are pure greenfield expansion on which work has already been started.
Right. And you expect the production to come from November onwards or what?
No, from December onwards.
December onward. And through the expansion which happened through this pre-IPO placement round, that will start that will start from November, right?
Yeah, that would start from November or before that also.
Right. So
that is basically the expansion which has happened. I mean, we have expanded the capacity in Siliguri.
Right.
So Siliguri, we are adding more frying and more packing. That would that was with the pre-IPO money that we raised, and the capacities would double actually post October.
Okay, so capacity will be doubled post this production line is operational.
Yeah, hopefully by the end of October we'd have the entire facility up and running, so we'll have double capacity at our disposal.
Okay.
At which point of time we are going to also look at a geographical expansion and a distribution-based expansion.
So post the production capacity is doubled, what is the strategy for business growth, Paglaji? How will you sell that much of production?
No, what Ritesh has said, we would going to add more geographies to our product team. We would open up for more markets. We are looking at Assam in a very big way. Assam is a very big market, which we have explored, but currently we are not going deeper into it as we don't have that much of a production capacity. But after this, all thing happens by month of October, then we would add up geographies, we would add more SKUs. And in the current market in which we are operating, those SKUs would also go into. So that would give us the entire volume and growth what we require.
Right. What are the plans of growth in terms of geography and product, Mr. Ravi? Give us something in detail. Please elaborate on that part. Yes.
If you talk about geographies, we are targeting Bihar, Odisha, which we have not penetrated properly, which we think. Odisha, we have only just started. So Odisha is a market which is untapped. Bihar is only 40-45%, which we have penetrated. So it's like half the market is still left. And as Mr. Paglaji said, we would be looking for Assam, Northeast in a very big way, because the market is tremendous and the market opportunities are huge there. Along with it, the number of SKUs which we are adding would add to the top line. Doing all this, we should achieve the targets which we have planned for.
Right. And who are the competitors of your products in your markets? Are these big players or they are regional local players? How it happens, Ritesh?
See, basically, we are fighting on both fronts. So we have competition from the local manufacturers, and definitely the market is, there are a lot of larger players in the market as well. So who have already done all the hard work, who have established very strong distribution network. All said and done, what we have managed to do is basically create a niche market for ourselves. I mean, we have kind of placed this company right bang in the middle of the local manufacturers and the larger players. So we give them quality that is commensurate with what the larger players are manufacturing, and the pricing and the margins that the ROI that they get from the distributors are getting is equivalent to what they would have got if they were dealing with a local manufacturer. So we're giving them a deal that they cannot refuse. And we are identifying distributors, who are aspirational, who have the ability to grow fast, but for some reason they have not been able to, they have not been identified with the larger players. So these aspirational distributors are the target that we seek out. And with our product quality and our pricing advantages, the grammage that we are giving, so all these advantages that we have in terms of the product is a win-win situation for them as well. So this is where I know this is where the situation is right now. As we keep on growing, we be more in direct conflict with the larger players. So we'll expect more competition coming in. But as of now, with the current couple of years, we still have clear visibility as to our growth plans in terms of SKUs, in terms of geographies, in terms of distribution base. So that's chalked out for at least the next 2 years. We have it all chalked out.
So despite having big players in your market, you have been growing your sales year on year, month on month, quarter on quarter, and that is where your strategies are playing out. What are the unique things with this company, Baglaji? Why your company is unique?
See, what Ritesh has said is that food requires a quality and a taste, which is very important. In all times, consistently, we have maintained our quality of the product, and we haven't ever thought of reducing anything which could give us margin but reduce the quality of the product. So this is the main thing which we have focused right from the beginning. So that is a differentiating point between us and the other local vendors. The bigger players are still maintaining their quality, but they have their limitations, because to places where we can reach, that is beyond their reach. We go to every small town. Our distribution network is so strong, it goes to a place where you don't have that proper road, but still you would find us there. So that is our basic strength, our distribution strength, our core team, which is very, very professional. Our compliance, our everything from day one has become so strong that we have reached to this level. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult. So the team strength and everything has taken us here.
Ravi, I would like to understand from P&L aspect, what is your cost of goods sold? What is the margin of a dealer, distributor? What is your EBITDA margins and what is net margin? And how will you, as a CFO, will try to enhance these margins?
Yeah, if you talk about the margins which we are giving to the dealer distributors, it ranges around 26%. 1% plus minus 26%, yes. That includes super, the distributor, and the retailers.
Right.
And if you talk about our margins, our PAT margins were on the audited figures, it were around 4%. EBITDA, we had done around 8%, 8.5. And the major thing is that what we sell is around a closed territory. We target 200 to 250 kilometers radius, as a result of which our logistic costs are very, very competitive.
Okay. And how will you try to enhance these margins? Ritesh, what is the strategy to enhance the net margins?
Increasing the value of your consignment basically helps you reduce your logistics cost. So we are working on that. Our SKU planning is done in a way where our target is to increase the consignment value. And the second was the 5 rupee price point that we are working on. I mean, it's about 95% of our sales is at the 5 rupee point. So that is a very competitive price point. That doesn't leave you much scope for enhancing your margins per se. So you have that ability to manage it between 10 to 11% maximum, between 8 to 11%, I would say, rather, because of the inflationary pressures right now. And what we're doing is basically we're adding products in the 10 rupee price point and in the 20 rupee price point.
Right.
So that is again going to give you that advantage where you will be able to increase your EBITDA margins. So these would be more value-added products that are coming in. So in the coming months, most of the SKUs that we are adding are in the higher price market, and these are products that are in high demand from the distributors. So we are also adding instant noodles to our product line. So that again is going to give you volume as well as a little bit of higher margins. So that's a strategy. I mean, I can go in more details if you want, but broadly speaking, that's it.
How you people deal with the price surge in the raw material like palm oil and all? So what is the strategy of dealing with that?
So basically what happens is what most FMCG companies have done in the past year was when the inflation was really kicking in and prices were rising steadily. So the pack size was going smaller, the grammage was going reducing, and the quality of toys that manufacturers were putting into the product that was getting compromised on. So people were managing to cut corners, and keep the pricing. I mean, without altering the selling point, we were just trying to control on the input side. So you have that ability. I mean, as a manufacturer, you have the ability to kind of cushion yourself against the price rise. If you can manage your grammage, if you can manage your laminate cost, if you can manage your toy cost or your sales promotion cost. So you have those abilities to cushion yourself to a point. But if in a scenario where the prices keep on increasing, so at some point of time, you'll have to think about increasing your selling price, which is, again, going to give you some value. So you still have another 10-15% of, cushion there, where you can increase your selling price at the distributor level without touching the retailers. So that 26-27%, which is getting distributed amongst the various distribution partners, that is available to you for cushioning the price rise.
So coming back to Ravi, your company has garnered the focus of some very veteran investors from all around the investing community, and you have onboarded a few good names as an investor in pre-IPO of your company. So how it happened?
We got this a common connect.
Mm-hmm.
And then the due diligence happened and the placement was
Right. So Mr. Shankar Sharma, NAV Capital, Sun Global Securities, K&I.
Yes.
So these all good names are there before the IPO, and that has attracted lot of Indian investors toward your company. So the issue is probably will open in mid of September. How many shares are being issued, Rahul? If you can throw a light on that. I'm sure that the price band is yet not decided.
We've already filed a DRHP with the NSE SME platform, which is NSE Emerge. We are proposing to issue 43.22 lakh equity shares in the IPO, and which would be approximately 26.32% post IPO.
Right. The price will be declared through a the price band advertisement. So it will be intimated to the investor community by that, and I think we are sorted with most of the things. Now anyone who will see this video will know about the company. Anything which anyone want to add here before we close this?
Yeah, I think it's the journey has, as we talked about in the beginning, the journey has been interesting, and with all of this happening, with your support and all the interest that we are generating in the market, we are really prepped up, to do even better. We now have, I think we have proven ourselves to be good at what we are doing. Now we just have to keep getting better at this. I think there's a lot of expectations from the market, from the investors, from all the other stakeholders. So we're just looking to keep working hard and deliver on whatever we are committing.
Right. So you as a team has to keep working continuously for the company and for the
Yes.
investor community.
That's one of the biggest advantages we have. We have a super team in place, and everybody is motivated, charged up, ready to go.
I have seen your board of directors have some people who are from ITC, Britannia, Parley background and experience from those kind of big companies. I'm sure
Right.
your management is being guided by great forces, and with this I would say all the best to you and your company and the management.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Mr. Bagla. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Ravi.
Great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.